Hi everyone, welcome to Rick's 1/35 scale models. My name is Rick. Today I'm going to be looking at a model I just picked up, and that's the I Love Kits Dingo. Now this is an outstanding kit. I've been looking forward to getting it. I hadn't seen it in the States. Luckily I got to go to Germany during Oktoberfest, and while there I picked it up. Now real quick I will say I found it at a really neat model shop, and that was Traudis Model Bau Laden. They're in Munich. Now they're over on Gustav Otto Bogen number 13 in Munich. Great model shop, great selection, just a really neat place. They had a very clean store. They had a lot of new kits, older kits, big 1/35 scale selection, 1/16 scale, 1/48, 1/72, a whole wall of different paint options and different modification parts, things like that. Easy to get to store. I found it enjoyable. It was something I wish I had over here in the States more of. But I will attach the information on them. If you're in the area or if you're over in Europe and you want to order, it's a great place. I definitely recommend going there. Anyway, on to the model. So what I want to do is take a look at the kit and review it and talk about what I see. So let's go. Okay, so let's look at the paperwork it comes with. The two things you get. You have the instructions and then this paint guide. I like how they do this separately because this is something you can hang on to. You can set it up on the wall while you paint, and it gives you all four sides and the roof, where some kits don't give you the roof painting. As I've talked about in the past, the Bundeswehr is very specific on their paint jobs. All vehicles are the same. If it's the same model, it's the exact same paint job. There's a lot of similarities. If you look, it's really hard to discriminate or discern the difference between the vehicles, and that's partly designed around making it harder to count numbers. If you see they're all painted the same, you can't keep track of which one's which. There's nothing necessarily distinguishing about each one. On this sheet, you've got the standard tricolor NATO system. Down on the bottom, you have a color guide as far as the different brands of paints and which would be the correct color, and then just kind of how you paint it. And then on the other side, you have the KFOR version, which is just a solid green, and that shows that. The next thing you're going to see is the instructions. They're black and white. There's no color, but it does go quite extensively into the kit. You've got your face, which is your normal standard little bit of information, and then you've got your sprue sheet layout there, and then you jump into the assembly of the vehicle. You lower frame, suspension, drivetrain, things like that. Going through all the different components. It does give you a little bit of the painting guide as you go. Continuing on, everything looks pretty straightforward. It's not too complicated. There's no corrections within the kit, so hopefully everything's correct within it. Big sheets of paper, areas where you can write notes if you want to as you go through the build. Just kind of monitoring. Looking at and starting to work on the interior, all the details. Because of the big windows, you should have a lot of details in the interior, and it does look quite extensive. Going on, you start buttoning the vehicle up in the components. The door assembly, all four doors do open and are designed where you can have it open or closed. You have the hood. There's no motor in the model, so you can't do that option. If you kind of look upward, you're going to see a big void, but other than that, it's pretty high detailed. Continuing on, you have your gun on the roof, and then the final few steps in the assembly. Going through the sprue sheets, there's several in the model. You can see here you've got part of the frame, the interior, things like that. All the parts are really nicely done. The plastic styrene is a fairly stiff version. It's pretty hard. You can't really dent it, where some of the other kits will have kind of a softer product. This one has a stiffer feel to it. You don't see a lot of the excessive flashing you'll see in like trumpeter kits and things like that. This is pretty straightforward and tame. All the parts look correct. I don't see any bizarre molding issues or things like that. This one here, you're looking at just more of the interior and exterior detail components. A lot of thin parts. You kind of pay attention to some of these because you've got a lot to cut off, and they've kind of got some weird points, so definitely follow the instructions and pay attention to that. Overall, real nice quality though. Some of these parts here, but that's not even visible during the completed kit, so that won't be a big issue. Here's more of the exterior parts, and then suspension, the gun system. This is all real thin and accurate to scale. The 50 caliber looks real sharp. A little bit of extra flashing to sand and smooth on the edges there and the seams, but other than that, it looks real sharp. The rearview mirrors have this arch on them, and they've done that quite accurately. This sprue sheet, you see your lower pan, center console, your doors, and then the front window mount system. Like I said, they're pretty sturdy, but they're all real thin and accurate to scale, so should end with a real nice result. The hinges are real delicate, but well done. You're looking at this sprue sheet, you're going to have two of these. This is your seats, part of your rims, your windshield wipers, springs, things like that for the interior. And then the other one you'll also have two of is this part, which has some antennas, some of the other detailed parts, tie downs, things like that. And the interior part of the door. Okay, here you're going to have three different parts in a bag. This is going to be the main top of the shell. You can see how the hood will fit on right here. Yes, this has got a couple of connection points there, the sprue sheets that when they nipped it off. You'll have to cut that off, but other than that, pretty nice detail. You got the gun mount, the top access hatch for the roof gun, the 4 doors. Overall, the interior. This is going to be the hood, another good quality casting, injection mold, real thin edges here, which is nice. And then the back end here, also really good quality, real thin edges here, real accurate to scale. You've got your cat eye here, your reflectors on the sides, and just the overall good quality on the workmanship there. Here's going to be the clear plastic. The windshields are all really, really nicely done. They're armored, and these are pretty thick to accurate to scale on the actual vehicle, comparatively speaking. You pretty much have all your reflector, your turn signals, your headlights, the windows. It's all clear plastic, so it's pretty easy to paint these from the inside, and then when you put them on, you'll get that nice clear look like you want to see. Here's going to be the 4 tires. Now you can see here, get it into focus, they have the tire markings on the sides. Camera can't quite pick it up as good a detail as it is, but really nice looking. There are 4 tires. Here's going to be your PE sheet. Now it has plastic on both sides, but still real good quality. Not a lot of PE sheets here, but they did do a few parts here, components of the vehicle. It comes with this. First I saw one of these was in a Hobby Boss kit. These are decal maskings for putting over the windows when you go to paint. I haven't really used these very much, but still a great idea. Finally, you're going to have your decal sheet. Now, you're going to see here, you've got your KFOR, your insignia, your license plates, different markings. Only one license plate option on it, but that's a pretty simple thing to deal with. If you have other kits, you can do things like that. So that's the kit. Hope everyone liked it. I do. I'm looking forward to building it. I'll do a video on that process. Looks to be a fun build. There's lots of opportunities for modifications and upgrades within it. Nothing too major, just adding some nice features because of the big windows you'll definitely be able to see. I'll be starting all that here pretty quick. So, more videos coming out soon. Please like and subscribe. Get me on Facebook. You can get me through the chats on this video or any of my other videos. I try and get back to everybody as soon as possible. Everyone take care, happy modeling, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.